You are wrong this time. MAGA fans slam Trump over weak tariff reversal. Donald Trump's decision to pause tariffs on Mexico sparked backlash from some of his most devoted MAGA supporters, who took to Truth Social to accuse him of being weak and breaking his promises. On Thursday, the former president reversed his plan to impose tariffs on Mexico, citing border security concerns. Explaining his decision, Trump wrote, "After speaking with President Claudia Sheinbaum of Mexico, I have agreed that Mexico will not be required to pay tariffs on anything that falls under the USMCA agreement. This agreement is until April 2nd. I did this as an accommodation and out of respect for President Sheinbaum. Our relationship has been a very good one and we are working hard together on the border, both in terms of stopping illegal aliens from entering the United States and likewise stopping fentanyl. Thank you to President Sheinbaum for your hard work and cooperation." While some supporters backed the move, others were furious. One commenter, Steve, who had previously praised Trump's tough stance, demanded stronger action. "Melt the cartels already, starting to think you're in on the cartel deal. Melt them like you promised." Scott S., a supporter of Rep. Marjorie Taylor Greene, insisted, "Make them pay a penalty for allowing the last 4 years of invasion." Others accused Trump of weakness. Voice of the United States argued, "Weak because Mexico is the main source of fentanyl and has done way more damage than Canada has ever dreamed of. You are wrong this time." Chuck Scar called the decision surrender, writing, "That's not a negotiation, that's surrender. We were behind you, Mr. President. We are not behind surrender." Some responses took a conspiratorial turn, with Handsome Truth suggesting Trump backed down due to Sheinbaum's Jewish heritage. David C., a Biden critic, referenced cartel violence as a reason to maintain tariffs. "I would keep the tariffs in place after those 12 college students were found dismembered." He urged Rep. Greene to pressure Trump, adding, "Tell Trump to keep the tariffs in place with Mexico after they found 12 college students dismembered the other day. These cartels are terrorists, and the president of Mexico is helping them." Even Trump loyalists expressed disappointment. Just the Bomb 15, calling himself a huge fan of Trump, ranted, "Big fan, but you're AF. Idiot Trump for this stopping their tariffs but not Canada's. What a move. What the is up with that? Starting to lose hope in Yipor, you're losing a lot of Canada MAGA fans pretty quick." Trump's reversal, meant as a diplomatic gesture, has instead alienated some of his strongest supporters, who see it as a sign of weakness. Macron's nuclear proposal triggers Russian backlash. France's President Emmanuel Macron has drawn sharp criticism from Russia after suggesting that France might extend its nuclear deterrence to protect European allies. On March 6th, Russian Foreign Minister Sergei Lavrov denounced Macron's remarks, calling them a direct threat to Russia, according to the state news agency TASS. Macron, in a televised address on March 5th, stated he was open to discussing the possibility of expanding France's nuclear protection due to rising security concerns in Europe. While no final decision had been made, he acknowledged the uncertainty surrounding U.S. foreign policy and NATO commitments. Lavrov intensified the rhetoric, alleging that Macron was preparing to use nuclear weapons against Russia, despite the French president never making such a claim. "Of course, it's a threat against Russia," Lavrov asserted, though he provided no evidence. The Kremlin also reacted strongly, with spokesperson Dmitry Peskov labeling Macron's comments as very confrontational and accusing France of seeking nuclear dominance in Europe. "France is already ready to use its nuclear weapons for security and the like," Peskov stated. "It's already such nuclear rhetoric. It's a claim to nuclear leadership in Europe." European leaders back Macron's stance. Macron's proposal comes as European nations ramp up defense spending and military aid to Ukraine amid concerns that Donald Trump, if re-elected, may weaken U.S. commitments to NATO. Leaders in Poland and Lithuania, both bordering Russia and Belarus, expressed support for Macron's willingness to discuss a broader European nuclear deterrent, viewing NATO's nuclear capabilities as crucial to their security. Western intelligence agencies have warned of a potential large-scale war initiated by Russia within the next 5 years, alongside ongoing accusations that Moscow is waging hybrid warfare against European nations. Currently, France and the United Kingdom are the only European nations with nuclear arsenals. Macron's proposal signals Paris's readiness to take a more prominent role in regional security. Trump asserts authority over federal worker firings, limits Musk's role. President Donald Trump has made it clear that the power to dismiss federal employees rests with his cabinet secretaries, not Elon Musk. According to Politico, Trump addressed the issue during a cabinet meeting on Thursday, emphasizing that only department heads, not Musk, would have the final say on terminating government workers. The president's message represents the first significant move to narrow Musk's mandate. Politico reports. According to Trump's new guidance, DOJ and its staff should play an advisory role, but cabinet secretaries should make final decisions on personnel, policy, and the pacing of implementation. During the meeting, Musk signaled his agreement with the president's directive. However, his previous actions have already created turmoil within federal agencies. In recent weeks, he has aggressively cut staff at the United States Agency for International Development and the Consumer Financial Protection Bureau, leading to widespread disruption. Musk's influence as an unelected White House figure with the ability to carry out mass firings has sparked nationwide protests, with demonstrators targeting Tesla dealerships in response to his role in the administration. Trump startles aides with request regarding the Declaration of Independence. Report. Former President Donald Trump expressed a desire to have a copy of the Declaration of Independence displayed in the Oval Office. However, before settling on a replica, he initially inquired whether the original document could be moved there. The Atlantic reported on Thursday. According to journalists Ashley Parker and Michael Scherer, some of Trump's aides were startled by the request, recognizing the impracticality and high cost of relocating the historic artifact. The original declaration, nearly 250 years old, is housed at the National Archives in Washington, D.C., where it is preserved in a heavily protected climate-controlled case designed to prevent further deterioration. Given its fragile condition, strict measures are in place to limit exposure to light and air. Instead, Trump is now considering displaying a historical copy. These facsimiles, created in the 1820s by engraver William J. Stone under the direction of then-Secretary of State John Quincy Adams, were meant to preserve the document's legacy. While still valuable, they are far more practical for display and are widely recognized in history books. Even a copy would symbolize the most famous rejection of monarchy in history at the heart of American governance, Parker and Scherer noted. The Declaration is widely known for asserting equality, government accountability, and resistance to tyranny. This development comes as Trump seeks to reshape the federal government, pushing the boundaries of executive power, making budgetary decisions typically controlled by Congress, and threatening legal action against critical media coverage. Trump tries to clarify hot mic remark to Chief Justice Roberts. Late Wednesday night, Donald Trump took to Truth Social to address speculation about a remark he made to Chief Justice John Roberts after his Tuesday night speech. Reports from multiple outlets highlighted the exchange, captured on a hot mic, in which Trump told Roberts, "Thank you again, won't forget it," while patting him on the arm. This led to speculation that the former president was expressing gratitude for the Supreme Court's conservative majority ruling, which granted him broad immunity from prosecution. In response, Trump dismissed the controversy, calling journalists who reported on it sleazebags. The fake play the ref news, in order to create a divide between me and our great U.S. Supreme Court heard me say last night loudly and openly as I was walking past the justices on the way to the podium, "Thank you." To Chief Justice John Roberts, he wrote. He continued, "Like most people, I don't watch fake news CNN or MSDNC, but I understand they are going crazy, asking what is it that I was thanking Justice Roberts for. They never called my office to ask, of course, but if they had, I would have told these sleazebag journalists that I thanked him for swearing me in on Inauguration Day and doing a really good job in so doing." Trump concluded his post with frustration, declaring, "The fake news never quits.